Ahoy visitors! I've got a very nice laptop here, the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro, and it has come to my attention that these laptops are equipped with underperforming RAM modules. Let's see whether that's true or not. So my model of the Legion 5 Pro is equipped with an NVIDIA RTX 3070 that can suck up to 140 watts of power and a Ryzen 5800H. I've also installed a secondary SSD drive, but this shouldn't be important. The main concern that we should look at is of course the RAM. My laptop comes with a 32GB kit. There is also a 16GB variant on the market. You can see the specification of the old RAM modules in the screenshot from Zen Timings. It's a 32GB pair running at 3200 MHz with a timing of CL22 and in dual channel. These RAM modules are also single rank. So I was searching for a new RAM and found a nice pair for around €130, namely the Kingston Fury Impact. Let's look at some timings again. They also have a total capacity of 32GB running at 3200 MHz, but this time at lower timing, CL20. They are also dual channel and they have an improved dual rank configuration. When choosing a new RAM, what you want are the highest clocks at the lowest timings for a reasonable price. Although make sure it runs at the specified frequency even without XMP mode, because that's for Intel processors, I believe. I looked up the manufacturer's spec sheet for my new RAMs based on its product number. They are specifying that it runs on 3200 MHz by default. Sometimes you can find additional useful information about the RAM, like its timings, rank, 2RX8 should indicate its dual, and that's what you want ideally. The stock RAM had 1RX8 written on it and showed up as SR or single rank in Zen Timings. Let's compare the two pairs of RAM. Here is a picture of the RAM modules side by side. I've highlighted the most important differences in Zen Timings. You can notice that the TRFC values are much lower. If you would like to change the RAM modules on your Lenovo Legion 5 Pro laptop, you can watch my guide. There is a link at the top right corner of the screen. I'm running the latest version of Windows 10, BIOS and NVIDIA drivers, and I'm only using an external monitor with G-Sync disabled. The laptop is running in performance mode, and I've turned off NVIDIA Optimus to disable the integrated graphic card. I also turned on GPU overclocking with the default overclock in the BIOS. My laptop is sitting on a cooling pad to passively grant better airflow. I'm not using the fans on my cooling pad. During benchmarking, Razer Synapse and Avast antivirus were always running in the background, as well as the Excel sheet and RTSS RivaTuner statistics server with MSI Afterburner to record my results. The CPU usage was idling at around 1%. I have done 3 benchmark runs every time and the results were averaged. I recorded the game benchmarks with highest quality settings for 1080p and 1440p as an additional 4th run using NVIDIA Shadowplay on the same laptop, so there was a small performance degradation due to the recording. That's why the recorded benchmark results are omitted from the overall performance analysis, but they are still relevant on their own, or more precisely when compared with their corresponding pair, same benchmark recording with new RAMs. This RTSS-based testing is not ideal because some of the game benchmarks, that is Red Dead Redemption 2 and Shadow of Tomb Raider, include loading screens or black screens in between the scenes. So the average and 1% loss might not be representative of real game performance, but it is still good enough for our comparison purposes. I always took the numbers reported by RTSs and not the in-game benchmark results. There is no change in Firestrike, TimeSpy, or Cinebench scores. The difference is within margin of error. However, there are some big improvements in Aida 64. The copy test is 8% better and the write test speed jumped up by 11%. Let's see whether this trend continues also with the game benchmarks. In Far Cry 6, new RAM seems to mainly improve 1% loss at ultra details in both resolutions by 6 to 7%. That translates to 3 and 4 FPS, and almost in every other case by 2 to 3 FPS. Performance at lower details is probably limited by not fully utilizing CPU. Even if you drop the resolution, performance uplift is minuscule. That's just probably how the engine works. In Immortals Fenyx Rising, the benefits of new RAM are very humble. Best improvement can be seen at ultra high preset 1080p, and that's 8% uplift, that is 4 frames in 1% lows.
Don't get between me and my gun, heretic! Don't get between me and my gun, heretic! My gun's forsaken me!
Borderlands 3 seems to benefit nicely from the upgraded RAM. All 1% lows are boosted by at least 6% and up to 20%, that is by 3 to 9 frames. The badass quality preset has many frame drops. It's a choppy experience, but that has nothing to do with the new RAM. Just an observation. Shadow of Tomb Raider sees around 3 to 5 FPS increase in 1% lows, except for the highest settings in 1440p. There are also some performance gains for average FPS, but only at lowest presets.
Nom de Dieu!
It's a hell of a thing.
Now, Red Dead Redemption 2 got a very healthy boost in 1% lows at 1440p, balanced and quality presets. 5 to 6 FPS. In quality preset that means going from 42 to 48 FPS. Surprisingly, the first part of the recorded benchmark, the one with the Blizzard, ran much better with the new RAM at 1440p at times, with a difference of 14 frames in average frame rate. It's nothing short of a miracle. New RAM mainly improves the performance of games from the perspective of higher 1% low FPS scores, which means your games will run a bit more consistently. I have to emphasize that it really is mostly just a little bit, as in single digit FPS. As you can see yourself, there was at least some improvement across all configurations. The improvements are better at higher resolutions and higher details. In our case, it was the games Borderlands 3 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Regarding average frame rates, the improvements were usually in lower graphics and resolutions where your laptop is already pushing 100 plus frames, so the difference is hardly noticeable. I think that the lack of significant improvements in average frame rate applies to those who got the laptop with 32 GB of RAM. Those upgrading from 16 GB versions will also benefit in average frame rates. The stock 32 GB version already performs better than the stock 16 GB version, as far as I know and as far as the internet says. Is the upgrade worth the money? Well, there aren't many ways to upgrade the performance of your laptop. So if you really need to have the best performance at the highest graphical fidelity, it might be. Alternatively, you can increase your game performance by lowering some less noticeable but graphically demanding details and using technologies such as DLSS or FSR in games that have support for them. If you've decided to upgrade and haven't purchased this laptop yet, I would suggest you to buy the 16 GB laptop version and upgrade from that by buying a new 60 GB RAM kit or a new 32 GB RAM kit. For example, the one that I purchased and used in this video. Here is the Excel sheet with all my measurements. As you can see, I've also tried to measure 0.1% lows, but due to their high inconsistencies, sometimes even 10 FPS difference with same settings within 5 runs, I would take these results with a bucket of salt. For more relevant results, I should have done 7 runs, whilst omitting the best and worst result, and also omitting the loading or black screens parts in between the scenes of certain benchmarks. Consistency of 1% lows was much better, although a 5-run test would yield more precise results here too. Testing average frame rate with 3 runs is quite good. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. It really keeps me motivated to make more and higher quality videos.